Club sound, yup, pop, pop, club sound, pop, 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 club sound. Welcome everyone to Schedule 1. I will be your eternal host, Hunso. Do you crave to learn about the sordid life of black market chemistry supply? How to zen so hard with Mother Nature that it causes our modern society to decay and collapse? Learn, laugh, love the boring fundamentals of logistics and supply? Don't I have a treat for you? Schedule 1 is a socio-economic simulator, a real rags to riches story. You are born into this world to be a gopher for your uncle, growing and selling his product so you can have some of the leftover scraps. We take the thunder wagon to the local town, eager to make some cash. The tutorial teaches you the basics, such as supply and demand, and even more importantly, how to hide your primo herb. Unless you are too stupid to follow the tutorial like me and end up running away from the mandatory body search for a fortnight.
That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the
I thought I was stuck in a glitch, but after waiving my sovereign citizen rights and receiving an unconsensual pat down, I was free to go. We had one more stop to make, which involved getting into contact with a degenerate dealer, collecting some pills for Uncle's condition, as well as getting the seeds of life for our empire, OG Kush. After finishing up and surviving the threat of having our balls cut off, I decided that my obligation to my uncle has reached its conclusion, and that it was time to head back home to the trailer park. As you can see, I was extremely eager to make it back and get started on growing a veritable kiloton of product. I enjoyed the non-existent scenery on the drive back home, already planning on what to spend my imaginary riches on once the ball stops rolling. Home sweet home, and not a moment too soon. I'm sure that Nelson almost came looking for us, especially after I decided to play hide and seek with the police the entire day. I delivered his special pills, complained about the microaggressions I suffered, before heading into my goon van and getting right back into what matters, growing copious amounts of illegal produce. As you can see, I was pretty much still a complete amateur at this point, fumbling my sack and spilling soil and manure all over my bachelor pad, which might actually have upgraded the ambience now that I think about it.
The Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
A little bit of soil, a little more water, and the proper feng shui is what this golden goose requires to grow. I placed the warhead into its final resting place, before giving it its final rites and ceremony, before heading back to petty bye-bye time. Hopefully, the new day will bring us even greater spoils and opportunity.
Oh shit!
Unfortunately, it seems like my uncle will be spending some time in the gulag, but that doesn't mean we have to join him. We forcefully inherit the van and get the hell out of Dodge. And thus, our time in Phoenix, Arizona comes to an end. We finally arrive in a place resembling Portland, having put enough distance between us and the feds. It's time to rebuild our empire, to take the throne that we've been promised from birth. I actually recommend taking the time to carefully love, snip, and package the bundles of joy we have growing here, for reasons which will become obvious later. I pack up all the necessary product I have and head out into the forest, eager to finally get back into the swing of things. After a nice stroll through Mother Nature, we emerge from the tree line like Sassy himself, confused as hell, but ready for business. I admire my new surroundings, including just how cluttered with trash and paraphernalia this place is before getting a call from the last person I would have guessed. The big man, Uncle Nelson himself. It seems like he managed to survive his encounter with the police, which in itself is a Christmas miracle considering the statistics involved. He informs us that he's still on board with our fledgling empire, and even provides us with some cash to help us get started. I don't normally take handouts, but these are desperate times. I return through the magical forest to discover an act of terrorism. This is exactly why it was a good idea to harvest my moneymakers earlier. It seems tuberculosis is to blame. Wait a minute. Is everything in this game related to lung damage? I take one more look at the last thing between me and being homeless. My only source of income, gone. I do the only thing I can think of. Call Uncle Ben and cry about it. He gives me a rundown of the gangsters having it out for me and sends me to a ratty-ass motel to restart the restart. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. I talk to Donna and flash some Benjamins to convince her that I am an upstanding citizen and she should ignore the sights and smells that might come from my rental. I wasted no time in finding my closest botanical supplier, eager to get back into what matters most, endlessly packing product. I find what I need and chew the fat with the old man. Always a pleasure meeting a passion-driven individual like myself. Back at the crib, the time has finally come to erect a tent, prepare the soil, and let flow the rivers of life, for it is time to make money grow on trees. We speak again with our uncle, who provides us with a most gracious friend, Albert Hoover. He will be our best friend when it comes to the acquisition of forbidden seeds. Just don't forget to pay him on time, or you might just break your legs. With the order placed, the only thing I can do is wait for my wish package to arrive. Just as I have become committed to physical labor, a text broke the spell. With our salvation in hand, I sprinted home in the dead of night to plant the precious cargo. With everything in place, the only thing left to do was to advertise my product and wait for my crops to grow.
The missile is very tired. He is EP. The missile has had a very long day of splashing bandits and wants to take just a small...
What a great start to the day. Just woke up and already the forecast for my bank account is sublimely green. The glory is short-lived as I realize that it's quite a lot of work involved with harvesting such a little amount. This is the start of the glorious grind to the top. No more excuses, no more burning dreams. This is our Mount Everest, our minus 10 degrees freezing Japanese Ocean.
Never give up!
I eagerly pack away as much Swazi gold as I can stuff into my Jinko jeans, before heading out to a pleading heart, for they yearn for my ambrosia.
Smoke weed every day.
I saw that there was a machine that pays cash for trash. Genius, I thought. Everyone is basically leaving money on the ground.
Excellent. A quarter. I can now retire.
Immediately deciding against that absolute waste of time, I turn back to the grind, hoping and praying that my repetition will be noticed far and wide. I have been putting in the work to get the bread, because there has been a quest running in the background. Uncle Nelson wants us to start expanding the operation. We have to gather 800 smackaroos to upgrade from porta potty to broom closet. What a steal. I waste no time scurrying like a rat into my new nest. Not only buying new equipment for the new place, but also pilfering everything I deem worthy from the motel room. At this point, I feel like a little larceny isn't going to affect my sentence much.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
I think it's time to stack away the treasures for now and think about how we are going to expand from here. Naturally, I will need to find someone that I can trust, especially since once the spice flows, I will have trouble moving the mountain myself. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed part 1. Leave a like and a comment if you feel like it, and I'll see y'all again in the next one.
Bye, goed zo.